An anxious person, if you're an anxious person, is someone who worries about future pain in the present. That's really all it is. And anxiety is just another word for fear, the same way stress is just another word for fear. It's fear about future pain. Now, worrying about the future in itself is not a bad thing, okay? Without a healthy sense of fear, you make bad decisions and don't properly prepare yourself for what lies ahead. So I live in Thailand, probably the fourth most dangerous place to drive on the roads, and I can tell you why. It's because people do not think about the future here. I love Thai people, very nice people. They do not think about the future in the same way that maybe you and I would. And so you'll see someone do a U-turn into oncoming traffic to save 5 seconds to get to somewhere that he doesn't need to be on a certain time. You know, it's not like he's off to work, but literally because I want to turn here, and the future calculation is not there. He's not thinking about this is massive risk for a minuscule reward, risking my life to get somewhere I don't need to be there. I don't need to drive fast. The danger rates are fourth highest in the world. Not thinking that at all. Just thinking, I want to turn here now, and I'm going to do it. Okay. So not worrying about the future. Okay. You hear a lot of people talking about living the present all the time. Okay. A dog lives in the present all the time. You need to be able to plan a future. You need to have a course. You need to know where you're going. And also you want to be able to be excited about where you're going. Okay. It's true the present moment is the only moment exist, but that's the thing, okay? You can't get out of the present whether you're quote unquote in the present or in the future. You're always in the present anyways, but you want to think about the future, okay? It's this whole live in the moment all the time means that you're not going to be able to achieve your goals. You're not going to be able to have well thought out goals, and your future should have a healthy sense of worry, okay? But too much anxiety means you suffer more than you have to. So it's a case of making fear your friend. Fear is designed in our instincts to protect us from predators. And in the modern world, we don't have to run away from tigers anymore, but we do have to protect ourselves from things that could possibly hurt us in the future. And it's a complex world, and there are a lot of things you have to be on top of to be successful. And putting some thought, some worry into not having these types of scenarios happen to you is really important. It's a problem though when you are now an anxious person who is worrying all the time because you suffer much more than you have to. In my opinion, an anxious person is usually a person with a hyper-vigilant mind. By that I mean they think about everything being done and all the potential probabilities of a situation. Okay, I have a hyper-vigilant mind. My friend and business partner has a hyper-vigilant mind, and it's something that I had to make work for me, because in the past it was just I had all these scenarios and I didn't have a game plan for any of them. It was sort of just like subconsciously, on top of me. It felt like a weight. It felt like I could see all these things. People would tell me don't worry about them, but I knew that those things could cause me potential problems in the future. It wasn't until I actually put a system into place, got everything out of my mind, first onto paper and then into my task management app, that I started to get a sense of control over that. And having control gets rid of worry. It's when things are all over the place, they're out of control, there's so many things to think about, you don't know what to do, you don't have an action plan. You have an action plan on some of them, but not on some other ones. And now you're feeling out of control, and now you're worried because you've got all these different things to worry about, or at least you think you do. And that can be the problem. A hyper-vigilant mind can be your torturer if you don't control it properly and don't apply it properly. But it can also be your best friend and a massive advantage in business. One of the compliments I've always got from clients is I'm on top of everything. I'm always on time for meetings. I'm always organized. I always have everything in my calendar. Didn't used to be that way. I used to be disorganized, but it was a process of changing that so that I could have things in my control and then I wouldn't have to worry about them. And that all comes down to automation. The best thing you can do as an anxious person or a person with a hyper-vigilant mind is to put your life on autopilot through getting insanely organized, okay? I'm probably the most organized person that I know, to the point where I wrote a book, How to Get Organized. All I do is wake up, look at my Wunderlist task app, which, by the way, has supposed to be getting phased out for the last year or so, but it's still going strong. Going to be switching over to Microsoft to do. You might have to do the same. Microsoft bought Wunderlist. And my Wunderlist app just tells me what to do. I know that all I have to do is to get to all my goals and prevent future problems is to get my tasks handled for that day. So my mantra is just wake up to win the day. I win the day when I did all the tasks for that day. It's that simple, because everything's systemized. My shopping, my future projects, my goals, my mission, all my daily routines, weekly routines, quarterly routines, yearly shopping, everything. And it all just comes filtered through with all the reminders and weekly reminders, quarterly reminders to what's going on today. Okay, these 14 tasks are getting done, and that's all I have to do. And then at the end of the day, after I work from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., I get to relax, enjoy what's going on. Some days I work less, but I get a great sense of pride and pleasure as well as getting these things done, because I can look at every quarter when I'm doing my quarterly recap and see how much I've achieved, how far I've moved towards my goals. And it's massive for getting rid of worry and anxiety, because all your goals are accounted for. All your future problems become projects that you're working on and working towards solving. And all you have to do is wake up to win the day by getting your tasks done. This applies to any health problems you have. It applies to, if you're having money problems, how you're going to go out and get more revenue through your business. It applies to, could be relationship problems. I'm going to avoid these types of people in the future. Everything can be brought out into the open, written down, put in a task management app, and become something that you're either doing consistently or a project that you're working towards getting finished over the next few years. And if you want to see how my system works and how you can use it for yourself, check out my book, How to Get Organized, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/products, and you won't be disappointed. So it's the same way Walmart or Amazon works. Jeff Bezos isn't sitting around terrified that one of his warehouses isn't going to ship out one of the cat toys over Christmas. Okay, he went through that already in the early stages of his business, and he consistently built better and better systems. Amazon success is due to the systems that Jeff Bezos built, period. That's how they're able to deliver in 2 hours, and the way that their warehouses are set up. I mean, I really love that company because they're so good at systems, and they're constantly tweaking and optimizing and making for a better customer experience. At this point, no one can compete with them, not even Walmart. That's how far systems will go. $1 trillion company, Jeff Bezos is the wealthiest man in the world because of those business systems that he built. At least that's what I believe is at the forefront of their success, is these incredible systems. And now he's not worried about what's going on at some single warehouse. He's got a team of top performers managing those warehouses, and a team of top performers who are constantly tweaking and optimizing the business systems